I've just flown into Mumbai in southern India. The first thing that strikes me about the place is it's a big toll, and the place absolutely stinks. The pollution is unbelievable. The seawater is just black, and I can't quite believe what I'm seeing. Plus the poverty and the shanty towns that I'm seeing here are everywhere. Even coming in on the plane, they're right up to the edge of the airport, taking up every available piece of space. And I've also been unfortunate enough to catch a bit of the monsoon, which is just finishing at the moment in India, and that's been pretty wet and miserable as well. The noise as well, the streets, everyone's just on their horns all the time. It's absolutely nuts. It doesn't do any good, but it's just so noisy and it's so tiring. And the hassle of getting off people because I'm white and they see I'm a traveller, they're just trying to sell me everything under the sun. I just don't want any of all this crap. And it's quite clear there's a lot of bureaucracy here as well, and everything takes so long to do. You've got to fill out forms and pay tax for this and tax for that. And apparently corruption is quite bad in places as well, which doesn't help things. So India so far is really trying my patience. I'm quite a patient individual, but I'm getting a little bit fed up and miserable about it. And although there's so many people here, it's just the most populated place I've ever been to. India has like 1/6 of the population, world's population, and with so many people I actually feel quite lonely at the moment, and wouldn't mind being back home with a pint of scrump in my chair, because this is going to be frustrating. Despite all of this, there are a number of things that I wanted to visit in Mumbai, in particular the Gateway of India, which is poignant in India's history, as it was the place where the British formally gave the Indians their independence in 1948. And next to that is the Taj Mahal Palace Hotel, which was in the news a couple of years ago due to the Pakistan terrorist trouble there, and this is much of the reasoning behind me being unable to cross the Persian Gulf by boat. It's because of the ongoing threats from Pakistan. Also there was the Dhobi Ghat, which is basically a large human-powered washing machine based in north of Mumbai, and it's said that every garment of clothing within Mumbai has at least been through this place once, and all the clothes are beaten by hand and washed in water and dried out in the open air. Also I wanted to see the rail network because it boasts the largest daily commuter numbers in the world at about 6 million per day. I was interested to see how it coped with this, and I found it actually quite shocking that I don't think it coped very well at all, and that there's an average of 10 deaths per day on the Mumbai rail network, and this is due to mass overcrowding. It's often that the trains are 2 or 3 times fuller than what they should be, and these are very cramped conditions, and everyone running and making a dash for it at the last minute, as I saw during rush hour. I'm starting to realise how naive I'd been when I've been travelling previously and seeing out of the ordinary things, but none of those really compared to what I'm seeing in India, such as cows on the streets and cows up at the ticket booths at the train stations, and the much lower quality of life. And in Mumbai, for example, it's estimated that 60% of the population live in slums, and often these are only single room apartments which large families might occupy. It's just a completely different way of life to what we've been used to, and the overcrowding and getting by and overloading of the public transport, etc. is just out of this world. Eager to move on, I caught the Punjab Mail Express train to head north, but instead of taking the deluxe option I opted for a third class seat at around a cost of £10 odd to see what life would really be like for the poorest people in India.